Win is at the police station and demands to speak to a lawyer, but the police officer calls him out for leeching off religion. Win reminds him that Thai people crave merit. The scene shifts to 6 months ago. Win is in his office where he and his team run a business on an NFT game called Pirates Hell. His dream of being rich at a young age is now in front of him. After they launched the game, the graph has skyrocketed. He calls his partners Deer and Game to tell them about the growth of their business. If it's steady, they should be able to pay off their debt. Win wants to hold off on selling the tokens as they can get the funds back later. Deer wants to invest the earnings in her shop. Game's brother is back and the family throws him a party. Game advises his pregnant sister to take care of her baby instead of overworking. He reminds her that her family still won't care about her. Win goes to bed and thinks of his father. He remembers when he and his dad made a paper ball together. Then his father advised him not to believe in everything he sees. The next morning, Win checks on the game tokens. The night before, they were trading at $2, but now the price has dropped by 50%. He rushes to the office and wonders how they hacked their eco-wallet. They try to get hold of Golf, but he's not answering. The price continues to drop and the players panicked and withdrew all their tokens. Game offers to borrow money from his family, but Win reminds him that they need to repay the creditor $50 million in 30 days. Just then, Game gets a call from the loan shark. As he saw the news on Twitter regarding what's happening, Game assures him that they're dealing with the problem. The loan shark reminds him of their agreement and hopes that they will pay off their debt in time. Otherwise, they will have to charge them an additional 20% interest rate. Win accuses the loan shark of hacking them. The man makes threats and hangs up. The trio then realizes that Golf must be responsible, as they've been unable to reach him. That night, Win gets beaten up while being filmed. The man sent the video to Game and Deer and ransack the office. Deer and Game rush to the office and are about to call the police, but Win asks them to hang up, as the cops can't help them. The next day, Deer and Game try to call Win, but he ignores their calls. Deer doesn't understand the fact that the loan shark hacked them, because they could have waited for the price to go up. Game explains that the loan shark never wanted the tokens. What he really wanted were the interests. Win goes to see his family. He finds his mother counting the donations, as the public health center is hosting a robe offering event. He asks her whether she would come with him if he moved abroad, but she asks him about his dad. A flashback shows that his father went missing when he was a little boy. Win learns that someone moved to Deer's old house. He then decides to go to the temple with his mom. Deer discovers that her shop got ransacked. She calls Game to inform him that the code they tested and the latest one didn't match. This means an insider changed it, exposing a loophole to hack them. Game realizes that Golf conspired with the creditor. At the temple, Win is shocked to see that 21 million were donated. He then falls asleep at the ordination hall and recalls what a famous YouTuber said about running a successful scam. He heads home and searches for information related to temple donation hubs and Buddhism commerce. Win calls his friends and reveals that he found a way out. Gabe and Deer go to see him at the temple, where he tells them about a business model that has been operating for over 2,000 years. He decides they're going to run a temple. Their country has over 40,000, making several billion yearly. He believes that a single temple makes 3 billion per year. Win wants to conduct a research to see how many people visit a temple per day. Besides donation boxes, temples have many other sources of income, as belief and faith make people want to make donations. Win plans to make the activities at the temple relatable to the temple goers to stimulate them to visit temples and donate. Game thinks it's illegal to do that, but Win reminds him that they're not forcing or scamming anyone, since this is a product that consumers are willing to pay for at the prices they can pay. Deer thinks it's impossible, as building a new temple needs money and time. Win reveals that they're going to take over an existing temple. They have to find one that's interested in merging and offer to run it. After that, they make the brand stronger by rebranding it and using modern marketing principles to attract new targets, create more income channels, and set an accounting system. Once they reach the target income, they share the profits with the temple. They get money to pay off debt, the temple prospers, and then they run. Deer and Game decide to support him, hoping that his plan will save them from their hell.